sisters. This is Nadawa with the Women's Corner of the Congregation of the Mighty. And as always, I would love to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Hamashiach, Yahawashi. And I'm just so thankful that whoever you are, sis, I'm glad that you're watching this lesson. Today's lesson will be on being humble is hard, but remain blameless, sis. Now, this is a topic that, some people may say, hey, if you're doing the Most High's will, it shouldn't be grievous to be humble. But a lot of us have to get to that point where we even can be humble without being like it being grievous. And hopefully by the time this video ends, that you'll be at the point where you'll be like, okay, I can be humble and it's not grievous, and I just want to do the Most High's will. And I give you another perspective to look at, right? So let's get right into scriptures. I would like to start off with Colossians 3:17, which reads, "And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahawashi, giving thanks to Yahweh and the Father by him." So whatever we do in word or deed, so you need to be humble whether you're talking to someone or you're on social media, anything you do, try to be humble and remain blameless. Just keep that on your mind. I'm going to try to remain blameless with my words, with my, my posts on social media. If I'm communicating with other people, I want to remain humble and blameless, right? All right, so let's go to Isaiah 1:3, which reads, "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider." We don't consider as sisters that we need to be humble and blameless at all times. Not some of the time, but all the time, sis. Okay? Now let's go to Hosea 4:6, which reads, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children." That's why we're destroyed. That's why we getting beat up by man. That's why we're getting in a lot of trouble that we're getting, because we're not being humble and remaining blameless. And it's whenever you decide, hey, I don't need to remain humble. I'm a go ahead and let this person know that they offended me, and no, they is not gonna offend me. No, not me. What you not gonna do is disrespect me. Anytime that you say that, you're rejecting knowledge, okay? So you got to keep that in mind when you want to go in or, do what you not going to do. You know what I'm saying? Always remember that, sis. Now, the next one we're going to go to is Baruch 4:1, which reads, "This is the book of the commandments of God, Yahweh, and the law that endureth forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." Salakia. So pretty much, if you keep the commandments, which if you remain humble, you're keeping the commandments. But when you want to go in, you're turning away from the commandments. And you're leaving the commandments, but the thing is, You may not physically die, but you can experience a spiritual death. And now, to me, a spiritual death is kind of, that's kind of go harder than a physical death. Because a physical death, you die, you go to sleep. And then you just wake, you wake up and, get ready to meet our maker. But if you experience a spiritual death, on the other hand, it's hard. Like, everything's going wrong. Lord, please help me, please. And you sitting there thinking, oh, the Most High, he's probably just waiting on me to come through. My Lord is merciful. But really, what he really doing is laughing at your calamities, because you did not listen. You wanted to go in, be humble. I mean, you didn't want to be humble. You didn't want to remain blameless. And then so many negative things can happen, Salakia, when you don't remain humble and when you don't remain blameless. You know what? Let's go. I'm going to go to Proverbs 1:26 to back it up, because people like, my God don't laugh at me. My God don't laugh. He's sad when we go off. Let's go over here to Proverbs 1:26. And that reads, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. See? Because when things start going bad, you get a little nervous, especially when you know this truth. You get a little nervous, like, oh my gosh, the Most High, he ain't playing with me right now. I don't know what's going on. I end up losing my job because I couldn't be humble and walk away from this sister. My husband end up having to go through issues because I want to fuss at another sister, or I need to tell another sister X, Y, and Z. So you gotta remain blameless, right? Because he will laugh at you. Here's another one, just in case that one they try to say, no, they ain't really mean that. Let's go to Proverbs 6:15. Okay, and that reads, therefore shall his calamity come suddenly. That's what's gonna happen. Suddenly your calamity is gonna come when you're not remaining blameless and humble. Suddenly shall he be broken without remedy. And I'm telling you, I've been in that position. To be real with y'all, to be honest, I've been in that position where everything just went bad suddenly, and nothing I did, anyone did, it was no remedy but to pray, humble myself, and wait for the time to pass, for the Most High to be like, okay, she learned her lesson. I don't know when that is. We don't know what it is, but it's when it happens to you, it's kind of like, that's the real scared straight. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what the Most High do next. All right, so with that, I'm going to go into my favorite book. If y'all watch my little bitty videos right now, y'all know I love Sirach. So let's go to Sirach 3:20. And that reads, for the power of the Lord is great, and he is honor of the lowly. So it ain't say he was honor of those that gotta go in, or this sister ain't gonna talk to me any kind of way. He's honored by the lowly. And for y'all that don't know what the definition of lowly is, it means in low in status or importance. Another word for it is humble. You see what I'm saying? Like you don't have to, when you need to remain humble and blameless, you got to put yourself in a low estate. You got to realize that we're not better than anyone. The Most High wants us in this estate so he can deal with us. Okay? And when it comes to like issues and stuff, we have to be the bigger person. You can't be, when I say the bigger person, like when things go crazy, like when you in a situation, it's not really when you in a situation where you done something wrong, that ain't, you people still out, even though they're wrong, they like, man, I know I didn't do it. No, you wrong. No, 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 no. Or you, that sis that feel like she got to go underneath the man post and correct them. You're wrong. And then when brothers come in or sisters come in correct, you know, I'm doing the work. I'm crying aloud, sparing not to show Israel they sins. You're being prideful. But really and truly, it's the sister that really didn't do nothing wrong, and she's being accused of something that she did and she didn't do. That's when it's hard to be humble. Because it's easy to say, okay, I was wrong, but not really. But that's easier to me. In my walk, I can say, okay, I was wrong. You know, I shouldn't have did X, Y, and Z. But to sit there and be lied on, it takes years of patience for me to get to a point where you can sit there, you know someone's lying on you, and you just, okay? Because scripture says in Proverbs 11:2 for the prideful. Because you could be prideful, like, no, she lied on me. You know, it's David. I done cried when someone lied on me. Before in my early on my walk, I've cried, and because I be like, I cannot believe, and then not realizing when the more you talk, when you're in that position, you look like whatever they said that you did, you look like you did that, sis. Okay? Because you want to be prideful and try to defend yourself instead of letting the Most High defend you. So let's go to Proverbs 11:2 really quick. Proverbs 11:2. When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly is wisdom. Like if you showing pride, like no, I'm gonna tell you how you hold on, because I get excited about this. Okay, Salakia. When I say when a pride come, and then cometh the shame, because whether you was wrong or whether you are in the right, if you be prideful and try to go in and defend yourself, you're gonna be shameful. Because if you talk out, when she said that Nadawa said that all dogs go to heaven. No, I didn't. No, she lied. And guess what? This is how the shame come. When if there's elders around, they like, sis, you out of order. You need to wait till your turn. You get shamed, right? And I know I ain't say that, or I know I said that, and it's you get panicked. Some sisters get panicked. No, shame. But with the lowly, if you sit there and you listen, it shows that you have wisdom. You see what I'm saying? I trust me, sis. We're gonna get. It's very hard being humble at the beginning until you get the true understanding and you take some practice on just trusting the Most High. You're gonna get at the point where you're gonna be lowly, and that wisdom is gonna come. I promise you, it's gonna come if you just seek the Most High. Now let's just we gotta also let's go to Sirach 10:7 really quick. Sirach 10:7 says, "Pride is hateful before God and man, and by both doeth one commit iniquity." Like I said, when you do that, when you yell out and talk out of turn and you being prideful because you feel like you need to get your point across because they lying on you, or you that type of sister, because there's sisters out there, you want to lie and save face because you don't want to look bad. That looks terrible to God and man, and he used the word hateful. Okay, that's serious. So if you're doing this, repent. Because the Most High, you said that it's hateful before God. First, then man. So we gotta remember that when we're faced in any situation where we feel like we need to defend ourselves. Don't be don't be prideful. Okay, you gotta be lowly, be blameless. Remember, be blame. I gotta be blameless because if I don't be blameless, I'm gonna be looking crazy, and I'm gonna just let the Most High do the work. That's something that we need to say to ourselves. Okay. Um. Let's see. And then you gotta understand too, when you have pride, it's a way that it's like you're turning away from the Most High. It's nothing that says she's a woman of the Most High when you're prideful. Because if you show humility and exalt and he will exalt you in due time. So if you quiet, you're not saying nothing, and you didn't do nothing wrong, he's gonna just wait. You'll see he's gonna exalt you, and the truth is gonna come out. Okay, even if you're like that type of one, if you're in a situation where you did wrong, and if you quiet, you show yourself being blameless, be lowly, he exalts you still. Because guess what? The end of the conversation, Salaki, the end of the conversation is gonna be, yeah, she said that she was wrong and she repented. You're gonna get exalted, because next time you get into a conflict, people gonna be like, if she's gonna be the type of sister that she's humble, she'll admit she's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to First Peter 5:6 to back that up. So First Peter 5:6 says, humble yourself, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time. That's all you gotta do. It goes to the bottom line, is trusting the Most High. Closing these things, because these for a woman gets us in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And you can be blameless for years, but that one time you open up that mouth, our mouth, I'm guilty of it. I'm gonna admit too. I ain't gonna sit up here before y'all and be like, I never, okay, I've never been prideful. I've never not show myself humble. I will be lying. Okay, I know this for a fact, that if you humble yourself, he will exalt you. It will happen. Okay. Now, when you're facing a situation where there's a dispute, like you in the dispute, we back and forth, because usually 9 times out of 10, that's when we end up not showing ourselves blameless, and when we get into confrontations, right? Let's be real. Okay. You got to hear the other person's side out, because sometimes they ain't even mean it the way that it came out, or you misinterpret what that person was saying. You got to keep that in mind as well. That's another reason why you should be quiet when you're having a dispute. Let's go to Sirach 11. We're going to go through 7 through 10. Okay. Now we're going to start at 7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. So you guys, she lied on me. No, she lied. Okay. Understand first and then rebuke. Because sometimes you can hear the whole matter and you like, oh, she didn't lie. She was just saying that she thought I said that the sister head was big. But what she was saying was that we was having conversations about how, sisters feel like they head is big in the head wrap. I'm just making up something because I'm not going to use real situations I've been through, because I don't want any sister to come back and look at this video and be like, she was talking about me. That's not the case. I really, really, really want us to, as sisters, to If we could get that humble and be blameless, half of the problems that we even have in Israel will be cut in half. Okay? So, anyway. So, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, then rebukes. Because if she really did lie and say I was talking about foreheads, I'm like, hold up, sis. Now you know I did not say that. What I did say is sisters in the truth be worried about if their head look big in the head wrap instead of wrapping up their head. I never said sisters have big heads. You know that I'm sorry, that is a crazy example, but y'all know what I'm saying. 8. Answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt man in the midst of their talk. So now that's being humble, blameless. That's hard. That's hard to do. Like I said, especially if you didn't do nothing wrong. And this you have to sit. The most painful thing is you got to sit and listen to someone make up a story about you. That's the most painful thing that you can. Is like you want to say something so bad, even if you ain't saying that, your body language be like, oh no shit, please Lord, you know, like they what in the sis, are you okay being passive aggressive, if you will? That's hard. But it says don't answer, don't say nothing. Don't even interrupt them. Let them get it all out. Take mental notes and then wait for the rebuke. 9. Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in the judgment with sinners. So let's break that down. Strive not in a matter that concerneth you not. These is for like I'm gonna aim this one towards the sisters in the post, okay? That feel like they can, if they see something that somebody put on Facebook, they gotta rebuke them. That ain't your place, sis. Who anointed you, gave you the knight's sword, tapped you on the shoulder and said, you, my sister, you are the Facebook or Instagram police. Go out, correct anybody that says anything wrong. That has nothing to do with you. And once you respond, you're not blameless. You're not being humble. Because you think in your mind, I'm going to put this and everybody going to like it. And they know a person that's really, really wise in this word is going to look at you like, why is she even responding? This has nothing to do with her. Why is she making this problem hers? You having a perfectly good day and somebody put on Facebook, for example, women wear pants is sexy. How? Oh, let me go ahead and... That ain't got nothing to do. Let them think that. It's men out here. Someone else will the Most High will send somebody else correct them. They ain't got nothing to do with you, sis. And sit not in the judgment with sinners. So if you don't be sitting around people that you know that's sinning and you know they ain't about the truth. Don't be around them, because you're not gonna be looked at as being blameless, and that's not being humble. Okay? 10. My son, we're talking about all of us though, to the daughters too. Meddle not with many matters. I'm gonna read it before I break that down. For if thou meddle much, thou shalt not be innocent. And if thou follow after, thou shalt not obtain, neither shall thou escape by fleeing. Let me tell you that goes to what I was just saying. Also, now, some sisters, I understand, like some sisters build together. We build like, yeah, let's study together, you know. But sometimes sisters are fine a group to study. I'm finding some people to study with or learn with or something, and then you up there talking about something that ain't got nothing to do with what you believe in, and y'all going back and forth. And then the people that's listening, you think you edify, but really and truly, it's two women arguing. So y'all both look like fools. I recently experienced that. Really, I'm not. I die daily, just like you do, sis. But I'm just willing to admit that to the world. I die daily. I experience stuff all the time. If you're up there talking, you can't be meddling in every little thing. Then you're not gonna be innocent. You're not, because then you set yourself in a predicament to look foolish, to get cut, and then most importantly, Slovakia, the name of this lesson, you don't look humble and you don't look blameless. So it's best for you to chill, stay in your lane, and you don't even have to worry about that. Because if you don't, when the judgment comes, you're not going to be in it. You can't run from that. If you're up there commenting on man posts, you can't run from that, because you could be, let me tell you what could happen, because I've seen it happen in Israel. You up there, a woman, you gotta say this about this man. He called his wife a bitch. That ain't right. What? They ain't got nothing to do with you. Stop meddling. That's that man's wife. And you up there commenting and going in, and then guess what he gonna call you? A biatch. Because you meddle. You can't escape that. And then he'll go take a picture of you, make a post about you. This woman wicked, screenshot. You know how Israel do. You can't run from that. You're not going to be innocent. No one's going to be like, oh, she was innocent. She just wanted to tell him not. No, it ain't got nothing to do with you. Mind your business. Stay humble and blameless. Okay? I'm getting loud because I'm very passionate. This is something that us sisters really need to exercise doing. Like, I have brothers, we got brothers out here risking their life. At the end of the day, I don't care what the doctrine is, he risking his life. So you going underneath they videos talking junk about all Israelite men, you're not going to be innocent. No one's looking at you and be like, oh, wow, this sister's really putting knowledge out there. She looks great. You look like a fool, okay? You look clamorous. You look simple, and you look like you don't know nothing. Because if you really about that life, you really want to take this walk, you really humble, you really blameless, what you will do is go in your closet and pray for that brother, right? I'm just keeping it real. So this is the end of part 1 of being humble and blameless. And part 2, I'm going to break some more down. So Yahawashi.